All right, we are in week 6, and you are starting the summative for Unit 1. And so I wanted to talk with you a little bit about this summative. It is an infographic. You are developing an infographic. And so here's the information for this particular assignment here, but I have linked below an assignment sheet that has the same information and the rubric attached to it. So here is your infographic assignment sheet, and what you need to kind of notice is that you should first of all read it because it has a lot of information for you about the assignment. But your infographic is just that. It is a graphic that provides information, and the information that you are providing is right here. You're going to give information to your readers or your viewers of your infographic that kind of tells your understanding of media literacy and why it's important. So that right here, those are the things that you want to make sure that you're addressing in your infographic. So this is why we did our media resources chart, is you went through as you were kind of doing those and kind of wrapping up the taking in information about defining media literacy, and you created a chart that has information in it, source information, as well as the citations. So ideally, you won't have to go back now through all of your other sources. If you need to go back, by all means do that, but hopefully you have everything you need here on the media resources chart. So I've provided some videos for you from Visme, and they are really good at describing what a good infographic looks like. And so rather than give you a quiz over the videos, I'm going to have you show me that you've learned what you need to learn from those videos by creating your own infographic. So watch the videos. They will show you what makes a good infographic and go through it step by step by step. Infographics are something that you're seeing as an assignment coming out more and more from all sorts of education levels, and people are using these as tools within their companies. So you very likely could be asked to create infographics for whatever job you have at various different levels. So just make sure that you know what a good infographic is. So then you're going to create your infographic. This week, if you look at what you need to get done for this week, the first week, you are just doing your rough draft with just your data and resources only. You're not adding any pictures, you're not adding any arrows, you're not adding any detail like that. I just want the information in with the footnotes and the citations. So details, your quotes, your footnote, and your source information. You can add a title, and a subtitle would be nice, but beyond that, that's all you are adding to this. Okay. Next week, you get to make it pretty. So you're going to add arrows or flowchart or info, like I'm sorry, icons, pictures, details. Be careful because if you add images, you will need to cite those. So my recommendation would be to use clip art and the drawing tools within uh, Google Slides. Do not go out to the web and grab pictures. Um, on October 27th, which is in the middle of the week, you're going to be commenting on a peer's um, finalized version, their pretty version, and give them some comments. You're going to like two pros and a con essentially on that, and then your final one where you've gone and you've fixed it, you've addressed it, you've done lots of stuff to it, you've made it look awesome. The final one that I'm going to grade for your summative assessment will be turned in here. You must pass this step to move on to do the pretty stuff. This is actually the most important aspect of it. So we're going to do that first, and then we have a lot of time to make sure everything is done well. But this doesn't have to be pretty. This just needs to have the information and the sources. If you don't have this, you can't move on with the rest of it. So make sure that you have that there. So in your infographic, you need to have 3 sources. You need 10 details or bits of information. You need an MLA Works Cited section. You are focusing on these 2 questions. What is media literacy and why it is important? So when you title this, be thinking about that. And visually, it must be laid out and easy to read. It must look aesthetically pleasing, but more is not better necessarily on infographics. Your information should shine. So make sure that you are focusing on that. And here is the rubric that I will be using to score this. So your footnotes, citation, grammar and mechanics, the structure and extent of coverage of the topic. So do you have all the information that you need? On the content, is it visually appealing? And then are the concepts and content, is it correct? And does it really cover what media literacy is and why it's important to study that? So those are the elements that I'm looking for. If you have any questions, you can ask me about this, but this is your first summative assignment, and summatives are worth 60% of your grade. So this one assignment is worth more than everything we've done so far. So you're going to want to make sure that you take your time and you pay attention to the due dates. If you, again, questions, please get them to me, and I will do my best to make sure that you know what you need to so you can get this done.